my ultimate vision for them is to grow into adults with knowledge and character. 10 to 15 years from today, I expect them to be graduating from universities across the country, pursuing careers of their choice and building their intellectual capacity to the fullest. In addition to that, I also envision them blooming into extremely responsible global citizens, achieving or building their civilization capacity to the fullest. That means building on their creativity and their wisdom, and just simply putting it, it means that they know what is it that they want and be able to act on it. Because I believe that a lot of the problems we face in the world today are really not due to not the side effects of anything, but they're really because we're not being able to achieve our fullest potential. Academically, I hope to see that they make at least 2 years of growth in their reading, writing abilities. They achieve more than 80% mastery in at least 75% grade level objectives in mathematics. I hope that they are between the 70th percentile in the ACT exam. Personally, I hope that they will, I also want to see them confidently speaking in public, which I will probably judge through their presentation for a project. And for personally, again, I want to make sure that they're operating with respect, with a lot of grit, and also building a lot of teamwork and values. And that again will be, I will judge, of course, based on a lot of my daily classroom observations, in addition to their interaction with their classmates and other teachers or other students in the school. Their teamwork will really be judged based on how they work as a team for their project and how they present it. So that's how I will judge their personal growth. A lot of behavioral changes from when I started with them to now. They're extremely punctual. Early on, I used to notice they would be trickling in late to class, not only just at the start of the day, even after recess, but now they're bang on time. In case they're running late, at least 80% of the times they make sure they inform me that they're running late. If they're not, they're never away from school unless it's a personal or medical emergency, in which case 80% of the time they do inform me in advance. Tough love. That's really how I would describe my relationship with them, where I am loving and friendly when it has to be that way, but at the same time I am a tough person. I'm a tough taskmaster. I ensure that all their homework, or whether it is studying, classwork, whatever it is bang on task. It is delivered on time. If it's not, there are consequences to face, and sadly I will not bend those consequences and rules. So I'm a tough taskmaster, but I think they would say that I'm strict, but at the same time I think they would also say that they understand why I'm strict with them, and it's only because I want the best for them. I think I really model what I want for them. I work just as I want them to aspire for academic excellence. I think I also aspire for that excellence in my own career, and I work just as I want them to think critically, problem solve. I do the same thing myself in trying to ensure that I build strategies in my class that will make sure that that I'm teaching in the most effective manner and every student is learning. Just like I want them to not get discouraged with setbacks and challenges, I think I also model a lot of perseverance in class day in and day out. One of my proudest moments is really when my students had this project that I gave them, where they had to make a collage on pollution, and besides explaining to them what a collage means, showing them a few pictures, and letting them know what is needed and when, just giving them the timelines. I noticed how they worked as a unit together in their groups, delegated responsibilities, brought all their materials on time, made it together in class, and presented it even more beautifully. And that just made me realize how much they've internalized not only the values of working in a team, but also the importance of being aware of our environment. So the first and the biggest striking difference for me was these students just looked so much smaller than what they really were, or compared to their privileged counterparts. On assessing, I found how most of them were below the required norm for height and weight, and were malnourished. That was the first thing that I noticed. Academically, definitely they were behind grade level. They were at least 3 grade levels behind for reading, and slightly behind when it came to arithmetic. Writing was even worse. They were almost like 3 or 4 grade levels behind in writing. I think they would have, I personally think they would have definitely finished, completed grade 10, but beyond that, I wasn't sure what would be the outcome. I see most of them aspiring to go to college and get a college education, pursuing degrees that they like. A lot of them want to be engineers, some of them want to be teachers, some of them want to be doctors. So I really see them now aspiring for a lot more than what I think they would have aspired for at the beginning. And while it comes to work, I think they've learned to be a lot more responsible, a lot more independent, and they're very consciously aware of the fact that whether Didi or Bhaiya is there or not in class, we need to continue learning and achieving whatever we want.